This is the Thursday edition of the Newsish Roundup, bringing you news and happenings of Eastern Oregon. Thank you to our sponsors, Grande Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, and EONI.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Bree Troutman.
And I'm Alex McCadden.
Norm Paulus has a lot of stories. He worked for the city of Grande for 45 years and served the last 10 years as the public works director. His long-term service brought a tremendous amount of benefits to many projects. His relentless pursuit of grants and funds available to the city of Grande helped accomplish lengthy projects that have made a significant impact in the Grande area.
I'm Norm Paulus, and I recently retired from the city after 45 years. And I came here in 1973, but it's quite a journey to be able to visit about your history to get to where you're at today. And mine actually started as I entered high school and knew that I wanted to go into the engineering and architecture area. So I geared up all of my high school education to go that direction. I went right on to college down at Portland Community, and from there I tailored my education to go into the engineering and architecture field. I interviewed for the city of Grande in it was January of 1973, and they wanted me to come to work in February. Well, I wouldn't be able to get my degree if I didn't stay in college until the mid-April. So I visited with the city at the time, and they chose to let me continue with my college until I could get my degree. We moved down to Grande on a Saturday after I received all my credits on Friday. We moved to Grande on a Saturday, started putting the apartment together so that we could live in it on Sunday, started work on Monday, and that started my career for 45 years with the city of Grande. And it was a little traumatic and I rushed there for a while, but we sort of got into a lifestyle that we enjoyed. And from there, my career just sort of took time, and it just sort of escalated from there.
Thank you, Norm, for your service to this community. Be sure and catch his full interview as he shares interesting stories, talks about the numerous projects of which he was a part.
In our News from EOU segment, we got to hear about their Tea and Trumpets event put on by the EOU Foundation that connects scholarship recipients with the donors of those scholarships.
Hi, I'm Jessie Bowman. I'm the Alumni Coordinator at Eastern Oregon University, and I'm here with the Secretary of the Alumni Association, Mr. Mike Doherty.
Hello.
We're here to talk today about our recent event that we held with the EOU Foundation. It's called Tea and Trumpets. And Mike was actually our MC for the event this year, since Mike is an honored guest and a donor to the foundation himself. Do you want to talk a little bit about your involvement and your scholarship?
I think if I look back, Eastern Oregon University has been a partner for me for my entire adult life. I came here as a freshman to go to college, got my degree here, worked for 31 years at the university with just a couple years off to go to graduate school, and then over the last decade, I've done a lot of volunteer work with the EOU Foundation and also with the EOU Alumni Board, serving in officer positions and as a director. So to me, Eastern Oregon University has been such an important part of my life. I've seen the effects that it's had on students, and I believe in the institution, and I believe in the students and what they can do here. It's been a really important part of my life, and it's very much like family to me. And it's one of the main reasons why I have been and will continue to be a donor to EOU, because if you step up and assist the institution and the students that go to school here, amazing things can happen.
It was wonderful to have Mike this year because his donor recipient, or his student recipient, was actually able to join us as well. So to see the interaction between Mike and Colette, who was the student recipient, that was just a wonderful, wonderful part of the event. This event every year, it's one of the most looked forward to by both our students and our donors. The primary focus is to let the donors engage with the students and have conversations so the donors can see the impact that their gifts are having on the students. And the students are amazingly thankful, and they're so excited to meet firsthand the people that have helped them in their higher education career and really made it possible sometimes. So it's a very heartwarming experience, and we do have some featured students that speak at the event, but really the loveliness of this event is having the students and the donors sit together and have conversations where they learn about each other. A lot of the donors are alumni of this institution, so they're able to tell about themselves and how their experiences, and they bond with the students that are currently in school and having similar experiences. So that's one of my favorite things about this event.
Be sure and catch the full interview of Jesse and Mike right here on the Grande Live.
On March 15th, the legislature's Ways and Means Committee held a public hearing in Pendleton. Senator Bill Hansel told us about the committee's important role.
The committee is the legislative joint committee of Ways and Means. It's the primary budget committee of the state legislature. It's comprised of members from both houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate.
This committee doesn't just do its work in Salem. Every 2 years, they tour the state seeking public comment on budget issues. I attended the meeting to discuss rural poverty on behalf of United Ways of the Pacific Northwest.
Good evening, co-chairs, members of the committee. For the record, my name is Alex McCadad. I'm Executive Director of United Way of Eastern Oregon, and I'm here on behalf of United Ways of the Pacific Northwest. We wish to draw the committee's attention to education, increasing affordable housing access, and supporting healthy families. We hope you will keep poverty-stricken residents of Union and Baker counties in mind as you plan for the next 2 years of budgeting. Education is critical for growing Eastern Oregon's economy. In 2017, only 84% of Baker High School seniors and 86% of the Grande High School seniors graduated. Our students can benefit from revenue packages aimed at improving Oregon's high school graduation rate. Affordable housing is unavailable for many residents of Union and Baker counties due to severe economic conditions. Both counties experienced 6% unemployment rates in 2017. Our unemployed neighbors can benefit from increased funding for emergency housing assistance and the state housing assistance program as they seek new employment. Healthy families are much rarer here than they should be. Despite the important contributions of food banks, 16% of residents in both Baker and Union counties experienced food insecurity in 2017. Food insecurity also impacts the 21% of Baker County children and 25% of Union County children who live in poverty. Increased funding for temporary assistance for needy families directed to housing and worker training can help stabilize needy families. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. When this committee returns to Salem, we hope you will join us in this fight by remembering your neighbors in Eastern Oregon and writing a budget that meets the challenges of rural poverty head-on. Thank you very much for your time.
Other local leaders testified, including Union County Commission Chair Donna Beveridge. We also spoke to an EOU student about her testimony.
Okay, I'm here to advocate for funding for higher education to support college students in need.
Andrea was one of a few students who testified on behalf of higher education funding. Here's what she said to the committee.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrea Camacho, and I am from Saipan of the Northern Mariana Islands. I am a second-year student studying community health and psychology at Eastern Oregon University. As you may know, EOU is a small university which has a big impact for students like me who have come from domicile or similar backgrounds. Students like me are already working very hard to get where they are, in college in pursuit of a 4-year degree. And most students like me, especially those out of state, work 25 to 40 hours per week, maintain a full credit load, and are active in campus activities such as athletics, leading clubs and organizations, and are in student government. I am one of those said students. I work between 25 to 30 hours a week, maintain a full credit load, and I am widely involved with student government, serving as your director for political affairs. Taking into account that I'm not even from Oregon, but I aspire to make a positive difference in every community I go into while in pursuit of getting a college degree. The reality is that even a 2% or 3% increase puts a financial strain on many of our underserved and disadvantaged students who come from various backgrounds. Take me as an example. Education is the key to individual, social, and economic mobility. Educational attainment provides students the opportunity to develop skills and acquire the needed credentials to enter into the workforce in order to provide an adequate livelihood. I believe that it is in Oregon's interest to provide access to higher education for all people, especially those in underserved communities such as EOU, that have been left behind in the development of accessible and affordable educational opportunities. If EOU doesn't get the state support and tuition increases, many of our students won't have a college in their future. Please do not just look at numbers on spreadsheets without thinking of thousands of students like me whose future is in your hands. Again, my name is Andrea Camacho, and I advocate for funding for higher education. Sizulis Maasi, Hiliso, Kopunka, and thank you.
The committee is still accepting written testimony. even from people who are unable to testify in person.
Here is Bree and Jamie with another furry friend looking for a home.
Hi, Grande Alive. It's Bree here with Jamie, and she has brought her beautiful little friend Annie, who looks like Copper off Fox and the Hound. Will you tell us about Annie?
Definitely. So yes, this is Annie. We also call her Annie Oakley or Anakin. Yeah, so she is a hound puppy. She's about 4 months old. She was brought into the shelter as a stray, and she came in with a sister who's about 7 months old and has a bit of a different colored coat than she does, a little bit darker than her. But she loves to play. Right now she's having a blast playing around with my 3-year-old puppy. She loves boy dogs and girl dogs, but most of all, she just wants company and wants to be loved. And any time that she's hanging out with me, I'll be on the couch and she just comes up right next to me and gives me snuggles. And yeah, so if you're looking for a little puppy maybe to take out into the woods, she would love to join you on any of your adventures and then come home to play with your family. So yeah, come on and meet Annie down at Blue Mountain Humane Association.
Greg Walden will be in La Grande and holding a local town hall meeting at Zabel Hall on the campus of EOU this Friday at 3:30 p.m. La Grande Live will be there, streaming the event.
Thank you, Eastern Oregon, for watching. Be sure to like and share our content, and if you have any interesting or breaking news, please reach out to us on Facebook. I'm Alex McCadden.
And I'm Bree Troutman. We'll see you soon on the News Roundup.